It's your boy NB. It's another episode of Chat with NB with Miss Tesla. Miss Teslanay. I call her Tesla because I be like, dang, that's a cool ass car. That bitch don't need no gas. It go by electronic. So when you get to talking to her, she will let y'all know why her name is Teslanay and everything to that level. Let's see if we can pull Miss Teslanay up. Um, for those who are tuned in on YouTube and on Facebook or whatever the case may be, this is a dope artist, Teslanay. She had a long journey into this music game and have a lot of very perspective things to talk about. And I just want to get her insight on everything from her childhood and life and the music business and everything, etc., etc., etc. Well, damn, can we stop this interview, etc.
Teslanay.
Test Lene.
Mhm.
All right. So, where does it all start from, Miss Tesla?
All right, it started from a very young age. I was about 5 years old in kindergarten, and my sister and I, we were going to the same school, and I would start singing, and these girls would start gathering around, and I think folks thought they had a fight going on, but it was just little old me in the middle singing, and my sister beating on whatever wall she could find.
Okay.
So that kind of started it, and we did it, for a while. So these people would keep coming back, and I think that kind of gave me the vibe from an early age, like, I kind of like this. So as I got a little older, I started writing poems, and they were just poems at that point about whatever I was going through or just life. And I got a little older,
Hold
and
up.
well,
Hold
well,
up. You can't forget the fact that when you was in your youth and you out here lit and you said it was a vibe and you loved that energy, where did you take that energy in
uh,
school?
well, in middle school, I love singing, and sometimes I had it. Well, I never did. I've never told anybody this, but I actually had a teacher when I was in middle school, and she would make me get up in front of the class and sing in front of everybody. And
Oh,
so, yeah, she would make me get up there and
wow.
sing, and that was so because I was very shy back then. But we wound up having a school talent show, and the a teacher from the chorus department, she contacted me, and she was like, I think you should join the talent show. And I talked to my mom about
Woo! All right, so let me ask you a question.
it.
Your head is already big.
No, it's not big.
You just said it was a vibe. What that mean?
It's a
Oh,
lie. Okay, I did not get the swollen head, it be. Yes, indeed.
so you at this point you kind of feeling yourself a little bit because you're trying to find your way. Because
Yeah.
for what I've heard and what I did research, you was very quiet, very reserved, right?
Yeah, I was very shy back then, and I talked to my mom. She didn't really want me to join the talent show, but my dad, he has always been my supportive. And so he was like, let the girl do the talent show. I did it, and I won first place. And I
Hold
cried.
up, stop there. We can't just brush over that. We can't brush over that. 'Cause I think you want to just brush over it. Let's
Okay.
focus on mom. I want to focus on dad in your newfound talent, which you already knew, right?
Well, I love to sing, and I knew I could sing, but I didn't know. I don't even think at that point I really knew. It wasn't until I got in my 20s where I really, really was like, okay, you got something. But
Yeah.
to go back to my parents, my mom, she, her religion, which she was a Jehovah's Witness, and it was very strict and limited. So it was certain things that she didn't want me to do. And my dad was Baptist, so there were things he would allow me to do. So it was kind of that, you know, pull and tug kind of thing. But when I got older, my mom became more supportive. But when I was younger, she was like, "Oh, you still young." She didn't really want me to get into all of that, but I did. And so my dad was very supportive, even till I got older. He's always been supportive, but they're both deceased now. And you know, my dad was one where
Rest in peace. Rest in peace.
when I would record songs and I was really recording more and finding my voice and getting my true sound, he would be like, well, bring me that song. And so I would, play it for him, and he would critique it and let me know what he really, really loved or what he was like, nah, it's okay. He was very honest with me, and I love that about him. And he's always done that from the beginning, whereas my mom kind of came a little later on. um, when I really started singing on a professional level is when she really started kind of coming in and was like, I love this. I love this song. I like the way you're singing that. So I think having both of them behind me at that point was what I needed.
So it's safe to say that she came in later, but
Yeah.
dad was automatically right here to
Yeah.
support his little girl.
Right.
And,
My
and,
dad.
and if I'm not, if I, excuse me if I say the wrong word, was your daddy's little girl.
Yes. Yes. I've
Of
always.
course I'm a support. You could probably throw rocks and say, Dad, I can throw rocks in a river and make them jump. He gonna be like,
Yeah.
that's
My dad,
funny.
he never spanked. And my older brother and sister, they caught spankings, but my dad never whipped me. But my mom, she whipped my butt when I did something bad. So that's how much of a daddy's girl I was.
Was you the oldest child?
No. Mm-mm.
The
Third,
youngest.
four. I was 3 or 4.
So you in the middle. How did you get your dad's attention?
I don't know. I don't know. He just always. I just was his favorite. I guess I'm always.
Let's
Well,
be real
I
clear,
say that.
people.
Always his favorite.
It's called favorites in your children. A lot of parents don't want to admit that because it's wrong, but
Yeah.
you do have favorite children. You just don't want to say it because it looks crazy.
Yeah. I mean, I can say, you know, at this point that I apparently was his favorite. And even when I got older, I was the one always making sure I remember my dad's birthday. I got him a gift, would visit him, so in his mind, I believe I've always been his favorite because even when I was younger, he would go to the peanut man and buy these peanuts and he would bring me a bag of them. It wasn't for everybody else. The bag was for me.
Was you
So
the only daughter?
no, my sister. I have an older brother. It's 2 boys and 2 girls, but I have an older brother and an older
Oh,
sister.
if I was your sister, I would be pulling that nice hair out your head right now. That's like you better. We got a problem.
Well, look, don't be hating, okay? My brothers and sisters, they wasn't hating. I mean, they realized the relationship, I guess, that I had with my dad, but it wasn't like that back then.
Okay, all right. So moving forward, now you're in adulthood. I would say 1920. You won the talent show. What do you take with winning the talent show into your adulthood, into your energy of what you knew you can do in your adulthood? Because that talent show is big. When you win a talent show, even
Mhm.
though what I did some research, all of them bums, they sing like, oh, ooh, yeah. So it's easy for you to win. I'm sorry.
No, I sung the Tomorrow from the and
Repeat that. Repeat that again.
I sung the song Tomorrow from the movie.
No, I'm saying everybody you were going up against sounded
Uh-huh.
like this. A me dog. Ooh. So you supposed to win.
I did.
You supposed to win.
Like how they would say it, but I mean, you don't realize how hard that was for me back then because I was very shy. Because I was only singing in front of my family and that one teacher that would make me get up and sing in front of my classmates. I struggle with that. And
But that should have taught you that
yeah,
comfortability. She was trying to teach you that because she
maybe
knew
so.
something was special about you.
But I sung at the talent show and I was so nervous, but I did the song and I sung it. And after I won, I was literally crying. And my mom sent my sister over there to go get me. And I had to walk in front of everybody. I'm crying tears because I'm like, oh my God, I won first place. I couldn't believe it. And, she wanted, when I got to her, she was like, why are you crying? I said, because I don't know. She goes, what do you mean you don't know? I said, I don't know. I'm just, I was still young. So I really didn't, I had these feelings and I didn't understand why I was having those feelings. But I guess I was excited that I had won, and I couldn't believe that they liked me enough, for me to be number one.
But do
But
you understand that you did have the gift in your spirit? You knew you had the gift.
yes, I did. So, after that, we had a local talent show for Q106, a radio station
Shout
here,
out. So where's that based out of?
Baton Rouge, Louisiana.
Baton Rouge, Lou, the Lou. And I want for everybody to let's go back. Where are you from again?
I am born and raised from Gonzales, Louisiana, and I live in Baton Rouge, Louisiana. And it's about 30 minutes away, but you know, I'm a country girl. Okay.
What's gonna make you bring out that voice? Because you're doing a
Oh,
professional. You have the way of talking. It'll probably go when I hit certain points.
well, some people say, "Oh, you speak so proper," but then, if somebody make me mad, that country folk that
There
come.
it is. There it is.
Oh,
There it is. There it is. Say it one more time.
but yeah, I speak pretty proper, but I do have a Louisiana accent. They say I don't hear it because I guess I've been talking like this all my life. So.
Well, hopefully in this interview, I'll probably piss you off. So I want the Creole to come out.
Not you, NB. Come on, come
Nah,
on.
it's all love. It's family.
All
All right, so continue. I'm listening.
right. So there was this big talent show here. The radio station was putting it on, and I just had to be a part of that. And as a part of that, I got to meet some guys that had a studio, and when they heard me audition for the talent show, they were like, "Oh, this girl can really sing." So they wanted to work with me, and that's how I got involved with them. And I those poems that I had been. Uh-oh, you want me to
I
stop?
remember that's what I was going to bring up. I had heard through the grapevine that you were starting to write poems first.
Yeah, I wrote poems first, and I was now I'm letting you know when those poems morphed into songs.
Ooh. So you didn't understand structure, correct?
Not no, not back then. It wasn't until I got into this talent show, I met these studio guys, and I started working with them. And it was like, "Do you write?" And I was like, "Write songs." They were like, "Write songs," and I said, "No, I just write poems." And they were like, "Do you have any of them?" So I actually brought some of those poems in, and they were like, "Oh, this is really good, this topic," and they were showing me how I could structure that into a song. And so I started writing verses, and I started writing choruses, and then I learned how to sing background ad libs. I mean, I just learned so much from that group, and that was
And how old? Excuse me, people. That was supposed to not be a part of the conversation. How in the game you was at that time? A year, 2 years?
um, and that was very, very beginning. I was 1920, something like that, when all of that
Got
happened.
you. Got you. So
Those
with
poems,
that being said, you start to understand song structure. You knew you were talented. You knew you had the gift, but you didn't know how to put everything together. And so when you got to this studio, quote unquote,
right?
they was like, "Oh, we like your voice, and we can match the poems into songs."
Yes, that's how it
How
developed.
many how many poems did you have at the time?
Oh Lord, I mean, I was writing them through my whole teenage years. So, and I didn't really stop until I was about 18. When you get in high school, once I graduated from high school, at that point, it kind of slowed down. So for all those years, so I would say I had hundreds of poems, and I just
Wow.
pulled the ones that I love the most, and that's what I brought into the studio, and they kind of showed me or helped me with the structure, taking that and putting that in the song. And then after that, I flew with that
Let me
information.
let me let me a message for all the artists out there that want to be artists, and you think that you're a poem writer. A lot of your writings can become songs. And now she understands how to create a structure of your songs. It's your just rambling can be a hit record
Mhm.
message.
Yeah, you're right. I'm glad you said that because, yeah, I mean, some people just get, well, I want to tell you how it changed. I used to write songs in the beginning. They went from poems to songs. Then later on, when I really got into a professional level of recording and singing, I was getting all this music from different producers. And those songs would give me, that flair or whatever it is that I needed, that initiative, that drive. I mean, it just gave me all the incentive I needed to actually write to that song, because whatever I was feeling from that music, sometimes I could write a whole song in a day. Everything.
All right, so look, I want to ask you, with
Hmm.
you having that initial as a younger up and coming, you
Hmm.
took the tutelage, and now you had the tools. Now you know song structure.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
now any beat you can hear the breakdown of the hook. Now you can see the bridge, and now you can see the down, and you can write to that. Correct?
Correct.
That's dope.
It's now. It is
A
so
lot of
easy.
people still don't know that. A lot of people don't still know the concept of an
Oh,
8 bar or a 12 bar in a hook in a bridge.
well, I guess, if you're new coming into it, I could understand that. But, once you've been dealing with it for so long, it becomes easy now. I will say there are times where I have, received some music from someone and I struggled with writing to it. Is because if I don't feel it in here,
At this point in your career, knowing even though winning a talent show is a dope accolade, but well, I don't know you. Yeah, yeah. At the
right.
point of where you know that where you're gonna go, you can turn down stuff because as artists, people, and I do want to always try to make sure everything is educational purpose. If you don't like the beat and the producer mad at you, okay, it's so many producers. I don't like that beat. Never force somebody to make you do something to something that you're not feeling.
Right. And that's one of the things that, when people have asked me in the past, like, oh, you write songs. And it's like, how do you feel about writing songs? Can you sing songs that other people have written? I received all those types of questions. But I've been singing for so long now and recording. I like to sing my music. I like to sing the lyrics I wrote, because the feeling is strongly there because I wrote it. And so I would just say that now I sing what I want, I record what I want, and people just happen to like what I'm doing. So I'm going to
Let's
stick.
let's go back to that. Not to cut you off. Let's go back to cover. Have you been challenged with people trying to tell you to do cover as you coming up in the game?
No, I haven't had anybody really, I haven't struggled with that, because when I do a show, I have always included a few covers in my set. And I
Okay.
do that because when you're singing in a town where people don't really know you and you want them to get to know you, you have to,
Message.
yes, you have to grasp their attention. And the way you do that sometimes
It's
is
something that they're familiar with.
sing something that they recognize. And if you sing the hell out of that song, they can be like, okay. So when you go to sing your song, they're listening. And then it just
That's
kind of,
smart. Who taught you that stage presence and that ability to be able to recognize that? All right, I know, what I'm saying, what they want, but I'm gonna give them me too as well.
yeah. I mean, initially when I first started, especially when I was singing in a band for 4.5 years, that's all we did was cover tunes, because that's all I had. But when I started performing, and promoters were like, you need to do 30 minutes, you need to do 45 minutes. And I'm like, I only have two songs. And it's like,
Right.
what's going to make up the rest of that time? So, in the beginning it was more cover tunes, but as I progressed, you know, those cover tunes were getting knocked off. And so about now, I may do 2, 3 cover songs in a set, and the rest is my music. And that's kind of how I roll right now.
I wanna can you give me two or three cover songs that you was lit with and you had the crowd rocking with you?
Oh, a favorite for the females is Mary J. Blige, "Just Fine." Oh, there has not been a time that I have not sung that song where people don't get up and they're not dancing, because
Right.
song. It's a feel good song. I'll sing a couple of oldies, like some male songs, because I wasn't hearing it as much that females were singing those types of songs, and it was really grasping the men's attention. I found that out. So I would sing "Got My Whiskey" by Mel Waiters. I've sung a few Maid songs, "Before I Let Go." That's another good one. That's a favorite. So it's so many.
Before I let go, for those that don't know, that's Blackstreet.
Okay. All right. Okay. So yeah, I mean, I interchange them out, depending on what kind of crowd that I know I'm singing to. Like if I know my crowd will be a 25 to 30, 35 year olds, I know, okay, I'm not gonna sing that old stuff. I'll do that if I know the crowd is older. So you just have to gauge things, and I think that's where a lot of performers, artists fall off, because if you don't do your homework and ask those questions of, okay, what kind of artists we dealing with, if I'm singing a hole in the wall, and I'm not going to go in there and sing some rap songs and some the younger crowd music. You got to adjust and sing what
Sounds
folks.
like to me you're a student of the game. I just want to give a sample to the people of one of the covers you've done.
uh let's see.
Just sample, just sing them a little bit. Listen to you.
I came out to have a good time. That's all that's on my mind. Said I've got my money and I've got my whiskey. Tonight I'm gonna get real tipsy. All right, it's a little bit. A little bit.
All right. That was dope. That was dope. That was dope. All right. So with that being said, now we moving on to cover songs. You already know that you killed the covers. Now we start to write music. We understand the structure of the music. And
Hmm.
now, wow, this is a whole nother world now structuring.
Yeah.
You was a monster now. They create whoever that studio was created a beast. Right or wrong.
Yeah, I believe they really they helped me. Yes, that was the foundation I needed, because the rest of that developed over the years. That was that foundation that was required. So I've learned so much since then, and I think that's what kind of makes me have the sound that I have.
How did you get your name?
Uh, my mother named me. My name is Teslanay, like they got the cars Tesla, and
Yeah.
then Lanay, Teslanay. And what everyone sees as my artist name is is not the legal spelling of my name. The way that my mother um, decided to spell my name, a lot of people could not pronounce it. I was being called all kind of Teslanay, Teslanay, all kind of crazy names, and so I was like, you know what? I'm going to keep the pronunciation, but I'm going to change the spelling a little bit, just so that people, when they see it, they can say Teslanay. And so that's kind of helped when I did that. So my mom
And let's
said,
be real clear.
uh,
I had problems with it too, y'all. Behind the scenes, I had to go and say, Tess, love, Renee? No, that's Renee. Oh, okay, I got it.
Teslanay.
That's Renee. That's Renee. I had to do it, bro. Oh, yeah. I
But
had to go.
what I
Look,
wanted to tell you is, my name is my mom said it came from a French movie that she saw when she was
mm,
pregnant. So it has some, you know, French background in it. And if you saw the original spelling of it, you would probably understand, okay, I get it. But yeah, it's a French name that she heard, and she spelled it a little bit different. And that's how I got it. So I love my name.
with that being said, though, what is your nationality?
What is my name? I am African
You
American.
can say what you really want to say, nigga. I'm nigga.
You is a mess, NB. total mess.
I'm nigga. That's who I am. Oh,
I'm not
sorry.
gonna call that.
I'm sorry.
To a
I
mess.
had a flashback.
Oh Lord.
I'm nigga. Nigga.
Well, you will never hear me call you that. I'm
I
sorry.
know that. I know, Queen. Respect, respect. All
Yeah.
right, so with that now you understand how to songwrite and everything, and now you are been through every studio. Doing the studio thing. You got the toolage in the initial stage of your career. What made you break out and say it's time to push that button and record my original music?
Uh, so after that talent show that I mentioned, when I was in my early 20s, so and I'm not telling my age, okay?
No.
So when I was in my early 20s, it kind of started from that point because those same people that I was working with the studio, they wanted to then record a song on me. And
Mhm.
so just over the years, working with different ones, but I kind of stayed true to those people that kind of gave me that foundation. They wanted to record songs on me. I did. I later on started writing for other artists. So that build on, you know, my writing skills, songwriting skills. And so after that, just thinking that, it just went uphill from there. And I was like, you know what? I'm recording these songs for these folks over here, but I want to do this on my own. I want to be able to pick the exact music that I want to write to, and then I want to go in and record it. And then that is when, and I was probably about maybe 25, between 25 and 28 when that happened. And that's when the professional piece of it came in.
Stop right there.
Okay.
With that energy that you already knew that you had, and you had did all the due diligence from the talent show until now, you already was like, I'm the shit. I do want you to brag a little bit at this point. You knew that you was the shit. Come on, tell the world. Tell them.
I'm a modest person, so I will never say that. But I have had other
I'm
people
gonna tell y'all right now. I know I'm the motherfucking shit.
that I won't come out and say that. I'm just, but I have had other people that I have worked with over the years to say that to me. And so it does build your confidence. I don't have to come out and tell people, I know I'm good. I know I'm the shit. I know, I'm damn good. I don't have to say all of that.
I
I,
love it.
I say to myself, I do me, and I'm reserved like that.
All right, so now that you know that but
Uh,
one thing I can tell you is
uh-huh.
you're very humble. You
Yeah.
humble cocky. Humble cocky. I'm still trying to throw cocky in it.
Okay.
You don't
Yeah.
want to even take the cocky? Yeah.
Yay.
Damn. The reason why this is a message for everybody, right? As an artist, everybody wants to be an artist, right? But you got to have a certain cachet to separate you from the rest. And this is a great question I'm gonna ask you before I go into something else. What
Mhm.
made you feel like you separated from the rest?
When and when you say the rest,
The rest.
when you say the rest, in my mind I'm thinking of who that rest is, the rest. And so I guess for me, because well, I want to say this before I answer that question. When I really started writing, and the music that I was writing to was always R&B music. So I would say my foundation is R&B music. you know Back then it's strictly R&B, and then when I got a little older it became this urban contemporary R&B. So within the last 5 years, and I'm saying that because some folks do separate the two. Within the last
I
4 to 5,
agree.
I have dipped my toe into the Southern Soul arena, and that's kind of where I'm my little home
Oh,
now.
you just opened up a can of worms that I want to talk about, but I won't talk about it now.
Okay,
But
so
keep that in my mental. Continue.
all right. So when you asked me that question about when did I know or feel, I guess when I guess I was different than the rest. I kind of felt that when the first song that I had written and recorded, and it actually was playing on mainstream radio, was a song called
You
huh?
you
You
had a
what?
song on the radio.
Yeah. I
You
actually song that was released it says called I'm in Charge. And then I had another song called Switch Positions. And
on
then
the
after,
radio. Switch positions.
yeah, some radio stations wouldn't play that one because it was a little risky, a little risque. But
You a little nasty. Hold on. Let the world fight. You nasty. Switch
no,
positions.
no, no, it was not nasty. So
No neo soul
grown,
artist is not doing no switch positions.
we grown. So if you listen to the song, it's got a little mess there. But after that, I recorded a song, wrote a song, and recorded a song called Bad Habits. And it was really at that point. Yeah, because we all have bad habits, okay? NB, I got some bad habits. Okay, so I wrote a song about it. And so anyway, the song was actually written about men, bad habits, not ladies. But anyway.
Oh, well, see, this is the thing about y'all talented female artists. Now you just open up a can of worms again.
Oh Lord, another can of worms.
It's two cans of worms. I don't know. It's too many worms around here. Look, I'm gonna say, why y'all? You know you have the gift and the talent. Why do you always talk about men like we some bad people? Some men are stand-up guys.
No, no, no. Let me correct you. Okay? Bad Habits is the only song that I have written about men that had some, I guess if you want to say, some negative overtones, because every other song that I've written, it is talk about a man in a positive light. I put a man in a positive light. I have my latest song that's out right now called Good Man. Okay? Are you a good man, NB?
I am the best man I can be.
So no, you're not gonna get all that hating from me. I believe in lifting up our brothers because they deserve it, because there are so many good men out there. So yes, I support me.
Messy,
But I did
messy.
that song way back, and I wrote it because that's how I was feeling at the time. Because y'all men like to tell us all that good stuff up front, and then later on we found about all them bad habits after we done fell in love. So that song had a purpose. But
You're right. You're right.
the
I
question,
mean, look, but I just think in R&B right now, y'all been dogging us out, bro. I ain't gonna lie, y'all winning too.
not me.
Women,
Yeah, I've been
you
hearing
know,
some.
it started off when Beyonce said to the left, to the left.
Yeah. Okay, so I don't hear y'all bashing her. So I write a song, Bad Habits. You want to talk about? So yeah, to answer your question, at that point when I wrote that song and it was released, and it was like it was it went kind of worldwide. It was in other countries. It was nationwide, and
About a nigga.
yeah, about men. I'm not gonna say that N word, but it's about men.
You see what I'm saying? You done wrote, at this point, you had about 3 or 4 songs already pushing,
Yeah.
right? But
Mm-hmm.
then the song about that, him,
Oh, why? Because women could relate to that. So many of us women, you fall in love, and then you a man, y'all be telling us all that good stuff, and then later on we find out about every single one of them bad things that you could have told us about up front. It would have saved everybody time. So I wrote a song about it, and folks could relate to it, and I think that's why it did so well. Don't hate MB.
you're right. I got my hater, wasn't, I'm gonna put my hater blockers on. Because I am really trying to hate right now because you are very dope. But I'm blocking the hate from you right now.
Okay, well, we gonna move on to the top. Hey, bad habits is over.
Bad habits. Everybody go. If you got habits, bad habits, homie, go
Yeah.
listen to that. Women, if your dude got bad habits,
Yep.
Teslanay.
Well, so
All
this
right.
don't tell them, if you listen to Bad Habits, then listen to Good Man right after that,
Good
or
man.
listen. Right.
You gotta do both of them, right?
Yeah.
It makes sense. Yeah, this has been an amazing conversation. All right, so now you're at this point to where you time for the stage.
Yeah.
Everybody say you ready. Talk to me about it.
Well, I always have this memory because it's a good memory for me. And I think it would be a good memory for any artist because that's what you live for. So I told you about the song Bad Habits, and that's how I felt like,
Nah, yeah, bad habits, whatever. Okay, I forgot
okay.
that.
And so that, like I said, that song was on a whole bunch of radio stations. And so I went to Arkansas and I performed in a blues concert. Don't be shaking your head. I went to a blues concert. And,
I'm team men over here.
okay.
Black
And so,
men don't cheat. Black men don't cheat.
oh, okay. I thought I heard something, but I don't know what I heard. So let me tell you this quick little story because this will answer your question. I went to Arkansas. There was a big blues festival that they have there every year. Several of the radio stations, they're pulled together and did this on the river or on the river blues concert. And so I performed at that concert.
Right?
And the crowd was into me. I sung a couple of cover tunes, got them moving, and I sung,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
other one of my songs. And so when I got to Bad Habits, those people actually knew that song, and they had women in the audience was singing that song with me. And when I tell you, I had never had that happen before. I was almost about to cry on stage, but they wouldn't have known it. But that's how I felt because it's like something I wrote. Apparently they liked it or loved it or whatever, and they knew the words. And to me, that was like a put a crown on this queen head. That's how I felt.
Oh,
That's
look
how,
at you now. All right, so look, I want to give a special shout out to the big dog is in the building, Mr. Cleveland. He's here. I do want to make sure that he gets his love because he is the man with the plan.
yes, he is. Hey, Heston. Hope you enjoyed your birthday.
Big dog status, doing this thing with his old ass.
No, say that. That's my boy.
Nah, that's our boy. But look, let's be real clear now. Now that Bad Habit, which I don't like the song.
Oh my God.
No, I think the song is good. I don't like the concept. I'm
Okay.
team black man.
And I'm team woman, okay? I had
Oh,
to
shit. Don't make that look like it's divided. I love my black women, but
I, I'm team woman. So I had to write that for them. It was about y'all. Deal with it. Okay?
oh, all right. So now you doing the whole black men hate type songs and stuff.
Yeah.
And now I'm sitting here saying, where do your career go from there? Because I'm starting to hear about some special appearances when you open it up for some people.
Yeah, during that period, I had received several offers. I was able to open up for After Seven. I opened up
Pause. After 7, for y'all young people, I need y'all to do your Googles. Continue.
CC Peniston. Yeah, back
CC Peniston, I
in some.
need for you all to do your Googles.
Well, this was a little later, so she was singing her oldies and greaties, and I opened up for her, and then I opened up for Tank also.
Pause. You right now.
Yeah.
You right now, young people.
Yeah, Tank is a very awesome artist. I love
A
his music.
beast.
Yes, and that was an honor to open up for all of them because, After Seven, been around for a minute, and so that lets when you're an artist and you can actually go in and open up for these major artists that okay, I must be doing something right or I'm
You
doing
had,
something.
you had,
And
what you had was that it factor. Sometimes when you got the it factor, and if y'all have just tuning in right now, go back and y'all gonna see her singing. Well, chat with NB. You got an it factor, and what that it factor is, it don't matter age, it don't matter nothing. You know that when you get yourself with the mic, you gonna shine, and that's what. So, how did you get all these things together? Do you have a manager, or agent, or you just did it on your own?
At the time, you know, I told you I was dealing with these folks from the radio station at the time. So a lot of these shows that were coming, you know, here were through the radio station. And one of them was actually in Beaumont, Texas, when I opened up for Tank. So just knowing the right people and they hearing your music, you know, they see me perform. And so they got me in touch with the right people to be able to open up for these artists. I do have I had a manager, but now it's more of a road manager. When I go on the road, they handle everything for me. My
Now,
sound, you know, everything. And so I don't have to really deal with any of that. I just get in there, do my sound check for a show and rest my nerve till it's time to sing. And so that's kind of what's in place right now.
for up and coming artists that have understood you, listen to your journey. Well, we ain't got really into detail, but we could do it. For up and coming artists, female, what would you tell them about the journey, the grind, and the struggle?
Yeah, the my biggest struggle, you know, has always been, you know, am I singing the right music? You know, do they really like it? You know, you kind of start off that way. And because I started off being really shy in the beginning and still had a little bit of that, even when I got a little older, now it's totally gone. Totally gone.
Oh
But
no,
yeah,
I can tell you on this camera right now, and you. I don't see nothing shy about you right now.
so yeah, I think being in the band and all of that, that was a struggle for me. And so it kind of carried into when you're writing your own music or your own songs, you want to make sure, you know, is everybody going to like it? Do they like me? And it really overwhelms you. And it wasn't until I released that and I'm like, you know what, this is about you. You sing what you like, you sing what you feel, you write what you want to write. And if they like it, they like it. If they don't like it, they don't like it. There will be some songs that they don't like. Because I mean, even if we want to talk about a major artist, Beyonce, I love the way she sings. That girl is an awesome performer. But if I got her full album, she may have two songs on there I like. The rest of them I'd be like, not to say they're bad. It'd be like,
Hold
you know,
up, you just throw the shot at Beyonce, dog.
no, not that kind of shot. I'm just saying for me, I'm like, well, you know, the songs didn't grab me like the other two. But, you know, so you
I
have
get
to,
it, I get it, I get
that
it.
struggle. And another struggle is, you know, getting in there with these promoters. You got to be careful about that. Some of them
Talk
won't
that
do
talk, talk that
it.
talk.
Yeah. Some of them, you got to watch it. Some of them all about they want the booty, but you don't give that up. Don't give it
That's
up.
what I'm finna go. That was my next question. It's finna happen. It's finna happen.
Up.
You ready? I want you to get your shit off. Excuse my language, mom.
I
You,
am ready. What questions you got?
ma'am, in
Yes.
this industry is male dominated.
Yes.
And
Ooh.
when you are talented, and I don't know, it's too many words going up. I can't see your face, but I think that
I
you
can't see the words. I can't see what everybody's
halfway attractive. Halfway.
saying.
What problems did you did trying to record stuff when you halfway attractive?
uh, Actually recording.
Getting into the studio when niggas run the studio.
Uh, I never really had any major problems with all the different engineers that I've worked with. Um, you know, so that's never really been a major problem for me with regards to the studio. You know, I kind of,
Nobody want to say, hey, because I'm gonna keep it 100 because this is chat with NB. I'm
yeah.
gonna keep it 100. Most women that come into the studio, all the engineers and everybody around that run the studio, be like, oh, she fine. So
I didn't say that, but
let's do something different with her. Let's see if she bought that life. I can offer you free studio time.
no, no, no. I mean,
You
I
will
have
never take none of the advances as a
no.
woman.
I'm gonna say this. I'm not gonna say I've never received any advances, but you know, once you shut a person down, and normally when people meet me to my personality, for some reason, I always build up some form of respect with those people, and I work with the same people for so many years. It becomes almost like
That
a family relation.
message. Say that one more time. I want for all the up and coming female rappers and singers. Say that one more time. You
I've
build
always,
a respect and you're
yeah,
working with the same people so they know not to try you. Go ahead.
so I've always built up that respect. Even though I worked for different ones, it was long enough for me to build that, and it almost turns into like a family deal, and
Was
then
you coming into the studio with your ass cheeks out?
what? What? Say
What
that
is
again.
your studio recording attire?
I mean, I've worn skirts, dresses, like summer dresses in the summertime,
Man, why would you do that?
shorts.
That makes every nigga in that motherfucker thirsty because you are a attractive woman.
Well,
Why
they
would
could
you
be
do
flirty,
that?
but
You
they
should
don't.
put up.
Well, we going back to that whole respect. I mean, maybe initially I'd be like, oh, you really cute, you fine, you married, you got a boyfriend. You get those questions.
Right. That is the
You
whole
shut it
initial
down.
thing. Right.
Yeah, you shut it down, and then you don't really have to deal with that anymore. So
And you cool with shutting it down.
yeah, because I know a man is going to be a man if they're interested in you and they're attracted to you. For a woman, it is flattering. So
Wow. What
you
is, do
you
you
listen to what
tell?
they got to say, but then if you know you're not going to move any further, and no, I don't want your free studio time. If you just want my
That's what
book,
I'm saying. All right. Yeah.
I can't speak for other folks, but that's not me.
Oh, it's going down right now. Right now, it's going down.
It's going down. It's going down.
Right now. Somebody, yo, I think you're talented. She ain't got no talent, known the man. Hey, but her ass is fat, her titties out here. Hey,
Oh,
I can
Lord,
make you a star. Come to my studio, hear my card. No,
you
fuck
are.
that. Let me drive you. You ready to go now? Okay, let's go. It's going down now.
Well, I'm not about that life, okay? So I want everybody to know if I work in your studio, you get none of this, okay? None of this.
You heard what I said. Well, you heard what you said. I ain't gonna,
All right,
and I'm backing her up. Me and Mr. Cleveland, we backing her up.
that's right.
Even though he probably can't move faster than I can move because he's a little old.
When you get older, you get kind of set in your ways, and your personality is what it is. And at some point, you don't really alter or change from that. And that's kind of where I am now. And even when I was younger, again, I built up a respect. Folks just always respected me, and I like to keep that. I stay in my lane. I don't like mess. I don't get involved in any of that. I don't want to hear about what this person did or what they said. Let them deal with that with whoever they said it about, and don't include me in it. And that's just how I am.
I think that's amazing. I think I think that's amazing. So how was it? Tank one of my favorite artists. I just want to kind of break it down. How was it dealing with Tank?
I didn't actually get to meet him. I opened up for him, so I never did get backstage to his room to actually meet him. I was told that they were gonna, let me meet him, but that never happened. And so I wound up leaving before he even, went on to perform. So I didn't.
Tank was out here for Tank said, I got 3 bitches, 5 bitches looking to go.
I didn't get to
No
meet.
disrespect to you, but I got some hoes to fuck. Cause you not one of them, okay?
Yeah, they were supposed to bring me around backstage, and I never did get back there. So
Let's
hey.
pause this thing and listen to me. In closing,
Hmm.
where do you feel that your career can go at this point? Because you already achieved, you started with childhood, you knew that you had some one talent show, starting to get into poems and then understand about the poems that somebody brought you in for you to be able to understand song structure. And now you're like, oh shit, now I understand structure. Fuck y'all. No disrespect. Fuck y'all though. I'm good. I can write this shit now. What's next?
Um, just continue to do what I'm doing. It's always been able to work for me. I mean, as an artist, you always want to be higher, which I know that I can be higher because I'm not
NB
there.
Promotions. NB Promotions. NB Promotions.
Okay. So I hear that. All right, cha-ching. So I mean, you're always going to feel like I can do more. I want to do more. you got to come out with the right music. You want to get folks' attention. You know, you got to do more shows. So yes, you know, winning awards and hopefully one day, you know, Southern Soul will be its own individual genre.
So
And
is that your thing that you're locking in? Is Southern Soul?
for now, I am. But I still record R&B songs. I
You
still
are
record.
really, ma'am, you're gifted, and I heard your voice.
Mhm.
You do not have to have that box, but if
Yeah,
that's
no,
what
the box. So I want to be clear. I don't want that box. But I'm saying for now, I'm kind of still doing some Southern Soul songs, but I still and will continue to always do R&B because that's where my heart is.
right now you're creating a whole genre. 'Cause there is no genre in the Billboard that says Southern Soul.
Right. Right. I just said that. Southern Soul
Then
is
you are saying something today that says that it needs to be there.
no one
Southern
day
Soul.
I think it's going to grow into that. I'm hoping that it does because there are some very talented Southern Soul artists and they should be recognized. You know,
Wow.
the
Hmm.
category Southern Soul, then let it be. You know, so one day it will be.
Southern
And
Soul. You're saying it right now. Are you the
yeah,
first person that say it the category need to be Southern Soul?
I think Southern Soul needs to be its own genre along with R&B because again, I can't speak for others, but it is divided. And you know that. It is divided. And I'm not the one that divided it. It was already divided and so I go with the flow. And people want to say Southern Soul, they want to say soul music, you know, call it all kind of things. But one
Neo Soul.
yes, you're right. That's another one. So all these different categories, and how it's all broken up, people recognize the term Southern Soul. There are radio stations now that are popping up that's playing blues and Southern Soul music 24/7,
So
365.
so Southern Soul is a real thing. You educate me. Is
It's
Southern Soul that is so I've been in the game for 17 years. And if
Mhm.
my song, if I write an R&B song right now, because I can sing, if I write a song right now, and it's not about me, if I write a song right now, it's got to be considered Southern Soul or just the way I'm talking or saying.
I'm trying to figure out the best way to say this and
I'm
explain it.
mad about this shit here. I
Well,
don't like Southern Soul.
oh,
I'm R&B, but I got a mixture of everybody.
well, let me tell you. Initially, I always called myself R&B, and when
You
my
are R&B.
I know, but let me tell you this story right quick.
Why would
This
you put yourself in a Southern Soul category? That's a small box.
so let me can I tell you the story?
I'm gonna shut up.
Okay. The song Bad Habits, the one we were talking about. The one that you said that, you know, oh, you know, you're just joking. But the Bad Habits song, that song came out as an R&B song. That's how I recorded it. That's what it is. That's how it's titled. The song, um, it kind of trickled over into what they're calling Southern Soul. And so
Boom. All right. So
it
Mr. Cleveland said his
crossed over.
mom is Southern Soul. Okay.
So I want you to know the type of music it is, the groove, the song itself, it crossed over. And so you can't help it when a song crosses over. You have no control over that. That's just like Lil Nas. He recorded that song and it crossed over into country, and then they fought him on it. They didn't want him to be in country. So you cannot control when a song crosses over. And that's when I make the statement. I say, well, I dipped my toe into Southern Soul because it happened on its own. Then when I recorded a song called Red Beans and Rice, that song did the exact same thing. I
That's a
recorded
Southern. That's a Southern. Yeah.
song,
Yeah.
crossed over. So, you know, I know you're saying that, well, you don't like Southern Soul music, but if you record a
I
song to,
no. I'm not saying I don't. I don't like the title.
okay, so let's
I
say you,
like it to be R&B, the way
mhm.
rock is rock, and the way rap is rap, and the way hip hop as a genre is hip hop.
Well, I want to say if you recorded a song today and if it had a Southern Soul vibe to it, it could easily cross over. You know, like I look at you know, King George right now, and that guy was a rapper. You know, he was rapping, and he comes out with these awesome songs. I mean, he is the number one top, I believe, Southern Soul artist right now, if you had to put him in a category. And that's where he is. Now, does he want to call himself a Southern soul artist? I don't know. I haven't talked to him, but that's where his music is.
I just don't like the connotation because I've been in this game,
Hmm.
and Southern Soul is a box.
I
It's a
agree.
small box,
Yeah, it's a
and but
box.
R&B is a bigger box than Southern
Yeah,
Soul. That's all
I,
I'm saying.
I agree with you, and that's why when my music started crossing over to Southern soul, and people were like, "Well, that's a Southern soul artist." I was being labeled as that, and I was like, "I'm not Southern soul. I'm R&B." I was kind of going back and
Right.
forth.
That's basically what I'm saying.
Yes,
I'm I'm
I
I'm rhythm and blue.
understand. And so what I did was I kind of changed that. I said I'm a soul. I sing soul music just so that I don't box myself just as Southern soul, because I know right now it's not its own separate genre. So I know what I'm doing here in P, in B.
All I'm saying is you too
Yeah,
talented to box yourself.
right. I agree.
But the powers that be want to categorize us, and we are more bigger than that, and you are more bigger than that.
Oh, thank you. Thank you, NB. But
And,
yes, yeah, we agree on this one. But I do love Southern soul music, and I don't knock anybody or
and I'm gonna call somebody tomorrow and destroy Southern Soul music and make it R&B. Then you
oh,
talking
don't
about
don't do that.
hold on, where my other phone at? Hold on, I'm gonna call him right now. Yeah,
Oh my.
hold up. This is the stupid shit in this damn video. Hold up. Hey, bro. No, no, real talk. Hey, bro. Why the hell? Oh, you the big dog? Oh, okay. I want to understand why the fuck you call it Southern Soul music, nigga. Oh yeah. Oh, you Jewish? Oh, my bad. I'm just saying, why did you call it Southern Soul when these are black people singing R&B? I can't hear him. I can't hear him talk. I muted him.
No answer.
What you saying?
Yes, indeed. But we know how you really feel. At this point, we know how you really feel.
I think that you're talented enough to get into the bigger category
Thank you so
of
much.
R&B. That's
Yes.
the big one. They gonna give us that one.
Hmm.
We can't go to pop because we're not pop artists. We rap is rap and hip hop is hip hop. But Southern soul, they putting y'all at the bottom
Can
of the
I ask?
map.
Because I have asked people this question. I want to know how you feel. I know it's my interview, but I want to ask you
Yeah,
this.
talk to me.
Yeah, I want to know how you feel about it. R&B music. I know. I know how I feel about it, and what I think about when I think of R&B music. But it
You
has
talking about
changed.
today? You talking about today?
It has changed so much. And look, how do you feel about this? Because R&B, since it is not where it used to be with your Anita Bakers and your Tony Braxtons and the
Well,
music
I'm gonna be honest with you. The
playing,
rap, the hip hop influence has destroyed the traditional R&B.
there you go. But I'm gonna get there you go.
You will not get a traditional R&B song unless you got a feature from a rapper. But one thing I can say, right now these R&B singers are winning. Females are winning because they're talking about their love life, their pain, and it's up for y'all. So women are really dragging the R&B traditional to another level, but they're still rapping and they're singing. So it's still a hip hop element of
Yes,
the R&B. It's not traditional no more. And I
exactly.
think, and for everybody who's listening right now, NB said it, R&B is a lost art.
Yeah, that's what my
Hip
point.
hop, it's got to be hip hop influence for it to
Hmm.
even go on radio.
I see. I got your feedback on that, and we're kind of on the same level there because I do believe it is not what it used to be, and it has changed so much that a lot of these R&B artists now that would try to make a comeback or trying to put out a
It's not
traditional
going to
art,
happen.
it's not going anywhere. It's not doing anything because it's almost lost. But I feel like if they're trying to revive it and bring it back, so we'll see what happens.
Well, I'm going to tell you this. as an artist myself,
Mhm.
I've been doing the same merging. I was doing that in 2006, but it's a merger of being able to have melodic sound
Mhm.
and rap, and that's what the radio friendly thing does because it's
Mhm.
so cool for radio. But shout out to Mr. Cleveland that in his plugs, it does allow music just be played regardless of what the radio was doing. A lot of people like him and Bree and everybody that's doing their thing,
Yeah.
it, it keeps the gap a little bit more closer than it used to be. Because internet is really taking over.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying. That they're trying to revive it to the old, I guess the old way, but it is hard. It's a struggle, but I hope they bring it back because I loved that type of music. Now they want to say it's urban contemporary and they play the older R&B songs there and so I don't know if how it would be revived at this point. It's been damaged for so long to where it's been
You
stuck.
got you got artists like the top tier R&B
Mhm.
right now. You got Chris Brown, you got Usher, and everybody right. You
Mhm.
know they want hip hop. They're fusing hip hop into their even
Right.
in their beat. It's not you remember back in the day when you know this is an R&B song because the beat says the R&B song, correct?
Yeah.
But now it's a hip hop beat singing. So yes, they're singing, but it's still hip hop.
There you go.
I might
Like
can talk about I'm in love, but it's a hip hop beat. So it's gonna still make you bop. I remember when you just used to sit down in your room, in your bedroom. I'm a child right now. And I
uh
used to just be like in love with somebody. She didn't call me no more. And I play a song, Boys and Men, and I'd be like, wow.
yeah.
That that feeling of R&B is not there.
Well, what do you think about P Diddy getting this R&B label now through Motown?
He's
You think
still hip hop. I want to see what happens.
yeah,
I
happen?
love what you're saying to me, and that's a dope throwback. That's a good throwback. I think that Puffy is so much of a hip hop head. Even Toto, they was hip hop.
Right. Yeah.
So what is a bop? R&B, traditional R&B music. I mean, you know that it's a vibe. It's just like, and it makes you think, and it makes you remind. Like, man, I'm sorry, I fucked up. I fucked up. Hold on for a second. You remember when you used to hear an R&B song and it touches your spirit? It touches your soul. It makes you shake. It makes you think. It makes you understand that, man, I might have did something wrong to her. Let me call her. That R&B is not that today.
No, it's not. Because I was going to ask you, what song do you have that you can say right now that makes you feel that way? Because I really can't name one for me. But
Not
you
right
know,
now. No.
I can pull one of the older ones up though, and have the memories and feel have
Yes,
that.
I
But
agree. I agree with that. I agree with that. All right. Well, speaking of R&B, let's keep it moving. Who are your top five R&Bs of all time?
oh Lord,
Top
uh,
five, men and women, five that touch your spirit. This is yours.
I would say Franklin, Whitney Houston, Anita Baker, Tony Braxton, and if I had to name a male or add a male in there, well, no, I want to. Did I say Mary J? Mary J. Blige. That would be another
Wow.
one. But if I had to name a male, it's just so many of them. But I mean, I love Johnny Tell's music. I mean, I just loved his music. It's just so many. But I just wanted to put a male in there.
Uh, my bad. Hip hop.
Oh, let's see.
Rap. My bad. That's my bad. 'Cause I was so focused on
I
why
love
you
Little.
ain't choose why you ain't choose R. Kelly.
I like R. Kelly's music. You know, I separate that from the bad things he's done.
But
But
he
as
wasn't in
far
your top five though.
no, he was not in my top five because there's so many others above him. But it's not to say he's bad.
Wow.
It's bad. But yeah, R. Kelly is awesome. Great songwriter. Ooh, that man can sing. He's behind all. So anyway, as far as rappers,
Hip hop, rap, hip hop. Yeah, the top five.
Little Wayne, Snoop Dogg, Jay-Z,
Hold on. Say it one more time.
Snoop Dogg, Jay-Z, Lil Wayne. Lil Wayne, you heard me.
Lil Wayne, that Louisiana came out. Yeah, all right.
There go that country accent. Uh, let's see. I like P. Diddy. I like
Puffy, you can't add Puffy's a
Ka-
mogul. I'm talking
Kanye.
about rap artists.
I like Kanye West.
Kanye. Oh
Lil Baby.
no, hold up. You did hold up. I'm gonna tell you now. You
Lil Baby.
behind the scenes. I do have to do this.
Okay.
Kanye was not in your top five, and Lil Baby wasn't because the Mister You Can Have Whatever You Like. Ti
I like
was your
Lil Baby. I like LL Cool J. I like what?
ma'am. I think you gotta do this again. 'Cause
Oh,
you
let
told
me
me
look.
Ti. You told me Ti. You were riding with Ti.
I like Ti because that's my thing. NB. I can't put it in a box. It's got so many of them. Let me just call
Give it to me raw and uncut one more time. Top five hip hop artists.
it out. Okay, Lil Wayne, Biggie Smalls, uh, um, Lil Baby. Now don't say I
Oh,
can't. Oh shoot, it's so many. Did I say Jay-Z already? Shoot, I forgot. That's just folk. Okay. I don't know. Tupac.
she said it. I did. She said it. I
I
didn't.
love Tupac. Don't play.
That was her story.
Yes. You don't
Yes.
have top five.
Nobody got the degree.
So I'm saying you can't go wrong now with Lil Wayne and Tupac. Oh my God,
Well,
Tupac.
you gonna have because you're from the Louisiana. You gotta say Wayne.
Okay. Well, don't get it twisted. Don't get it. I gotta school you, NB.
You got to. You gotta put me on game.
We'll talk
And the
about it.
game is really what you've been dropping jewels to. Any last things you want to say to the people? An up and coming artist is trying to be in a position of making great music.
Number one, if you are an up and coming artist trying to get out there, there are a couple of things top three things I can give you, but I'm gonna say this one or two. Um, be persistent. Don't ever give up because if you have the love for it and it's in you, it's gonna continue to come back. So if you try to leave it, it's gonna come back. So try to stick with it. You're gonna get told no sometimes. Just wait to hear the yes. So, and the second thing is do you. Be you, sing what you want to sing, record what you want to record, write what you want to write. Because I feel like when a person is true to themselves, like an independent artist like me that's not signed to a major label, you are allowed that freedom. If you sign with a label, a lot of times they take that from you. So if you're an independent artist and you really want to push, those are two key things that I would definitely tell you. Don't give up. Be you.
Message. And I also want to piggyback on what she's got going on is if you got the drive to do it, as she said, don't allow everybody around you to dictate your future. This is your dream. This is your vision. Nobody can tell you about what you dream about or what your goals are. But because they're in their situation, they don't want you to shine because guess what? They see talent, but they don't want you to leave them.
There you go. See, you understand. You an artist. That's you understand. So,
Give your shout outs, give your personal shout outs to everybody who really been supportive of you. You know what I'm talking about? Because that's what it's all about, shout out time. You don't got to shout out the world. Just shout out a few people that you know rock with you, especially your people. Your dad is the, rest in peace and all that good stuff.
well, yes, I would say my sister, my dad, rest in peace, daddy. Um, always been a part of my life in music. As far as the people on the music side that has backed me over the years, I'm not going to give last names, but Chris, I've been knowing him for 30 years plus.
Shout out to you, Chris.
And, you know, we're friends till this day. And we work together. I have worked with him. And so I like to say him. I like to say hello to my road manager, Randy. He's been with me for many years, and we're
Hello?
brother and
Oh,
sister.
hello? Oh, somebody just said you got a new album for the drop. You working on your album. What you talking about? Hold on. Give your shout out, like, let's talk about your album. Nobody was called. What?
I was going to throw it in. Look, it's been a long time coming. I want to say this because this album was supposed to come years ago, but this whole pandemic shut things down. And
Oh, that's what they talk. They say, I'm telling you what exactly what the call was. They text me, but they called me. They say, give us shout outs later. God damn it, let's focus on this damn album that we've been working so fucking. Why are you cussing, bro? So fucking hard for. And yes, she's purity. And yes, we watching.
well, yes, I have been working on a new CD. So I'm excited about it. And we keep pushing the date back, pushing the date back. So I'm really, really hoping that I could come out with this CD, this summer. Okay. So, yes, that's on the way. A lot of hard work, long hours put
What's
into
the
it.
album? Got it already titled?
Not yet. It's not titled yet. I'm going to hold up and wait. I'm not telling you what it is.
Oh, so they saying, damn, you must got some powerful people. Now you can give your shout out.
All right. So just to thank, family and friends that's always been with me. I also want to give a shout out to Hess. That is a good friend of mine. He has been backing me and promoting me and my music. Yes, he is. You just don't find folks around like that anymore. And that's what I call him out.
Mr. Cleveland, that's my dog.
So yes, I want to thank a good friend of mine. I actually did a collaboration with him, Jabbo. We call him the Texas Prince of Zydeco and Blues, and he's out of Texas. And he's a good father figure to me, mentor, and he has helped me and promoted me. He's a really good friend, so I want to add him to that list. It's so many names, but I'm gonna stop there. I love my mother. Yes, she is always, even though she didn't always back me in the beginning, in the end, she was always a supporter of me. So I want to thank my mother. So yeah, rest in peace to her and my dad. And I think that's it.
And with that being said, it's your boy NB, man. This is another great episode of Chat with NB with
Teslanay. I thought you was gonna say it, NB.
That's why I did it. Teslanay. Hey man, we out.
All right. Peace, everybody. Thanks for joining in.
We all have skeletons in the closet. Some of that stuff you just don't forget. I got my own problems to deal with. Now you want me to deal with your shit. Like you're drinking, smoking, and lying and cheating. When you get caught, you wanna be on that crying. And you're out there selling and buying. Boy, I'm so ashamed. And you want me to have your last name. You say you got some bad habits. Just a few you forgot to mention. I wanna know what's your intentions. I don't have time for silly lines. You can miss me with that bullshit. Some bad habits. Just a few you forgot to mention.